Yeah, it's been a year. And so it's been exciting. And I believe that my career with Frontier, it happened the same time as my publication. So I was looking up the information on the theme for International Women's Day, and it was Accelerate Action. And so it segued right on into the book that I wrote, A Flight to a Three-Dimensional Legacy, which was published in 2024. It is available on Amazon and eBay and VanessaBrownGlobal.org. And so I just want to take time to just celebrate who you are right quickly before I give my impartation and inspiration. I just want to love on you guys. I want you to love on yourself. Just kind of segue into what you've already said, and so I know I'm right in the vein. Even if you haven't figured everything out, and there's some things that you want to explore, you've got confirmation today from a couple people that it's still possible and it's still able and well to do. So I have been empowering women and girls for over 14 years in ministry and marketplace. I didn't know what I was preparing for. I thought it was just odd things, but all things come together, right, for the good of those that love the Lord. And so I just really want to I'm kind of a little bit emotional because I was literally preparing for this moment. And so I wanted to go ahead and start the impartation here. I just wanted to let you know I started mindset coaching. I went into mindset coaching about 4 years ago. It was only women at first, and then men joined in about 2022. And so what drove me into that segue or model is because I had been inspiring and encouraging people, and I really didn't know the impact. And so I did a little research, and as time grew along, I was like, I really enjoy seeing people thrive, not just survive. I enjoy people being happy, having joy. Everything might not be the way you want it, and it's not always about money. But I wanted people to have peace and love and joy and self-awareness. That's my point. So you might ask, what is mindset coaching? So a mindset coach is a coach, a professional person that helps people get over barriers. Anything that's hindering from their destiny, from hindering from seeing their self correctly. It could be anxiety. It could be depression, dealing with rejection or retaliatory things and things of that nature. And so I love to be able to help people overcome.
And you can quickly tell us, what was the vision behind and where do you want mindset coaching to go in the future?
Sure, no problem. So within the last year, I've been offered a mental wellness certification that I'm going to pursue in between my career. So, and I'm getting my website together, and I've been working with a few clients, and I'm getting referrals from other flight attendants when we go and we meet different people. And so I would like the trajectory of this business. I would love to just continue to expand if I can, to touch nations. I just want to be a tool. Yeah. And so I really want to grow the business. So I wanted to come to you to talk today. I'll just look at it from, okay. So Accelerate Action is the theme that I'm having today. Again, it was inspired after I confirmed the theme for International Women's Day. And if I could leave you with one message or inspiration, impartation today is don't forget your P.E.E.P.S. And so I had a PowerPoint, I don't know what's going on, but P.E.E.P.S is an acronym. P.E.E.P.S is an acronym, you guys, and it stands for, so don't forget your P.E.E.P.S. So P, I'm just gonna go over really quickly, just an overview. P is perceive, your sight, like what are you seeing, your sight. E is empower, because we're all empowering women here. And how do we empower? We empower by our touch, whether it's a word or deed, or even a smile. And the other E is for engage. So, when I was going through this, I was given the senses, the touch, the smell. So that's why y'all see those things. And then the other P is for process, and that's the taste buds. So when we go through process, it doesn't always taste good, does it? It's sometimes an acquired taste. And then the S is synchronize. So synchronize is hearing. Synchronize is, bringing it all together. It's bringing all the experiences together. That's bringing all who you know, who you are, and who you're becoming. And so step one, steps to acceleration, I have it outlined, is P.E.E.P.S. Step one is perceive. So how do you perceive yourself? How do you perceive your job even? How do you perceive your businesses that you may have? Do you perceive it as a good thing? Do you see it correctly? Because sometimes we may be presented with some things and it's really not what you're seeing. It's something totally different. It goes back to our perception. And so how do we perceive, even the people that we are engaging with? Are we preparing to move forward? Are we preparing to move ourselves forward? Are we planting seeds in others to help them move forward? And then it says your dream and your impact and your contribution matters. Step two is empower. So as empowered women, empowering the world, we empower each other that we don't even know. It's the people today that just met each other. But they planted a seed. By empowering, by being there for them, talking to them, establishing rapport, and so we all can rise and be established. Now ask yourself, am I being fair to myself? Am I considering my thoughts and my ideas to be relevant? Am I looking at myself correctly and recognizing my gifts and other people's gifts that may be around me are important? So don't discredit your power. It doesn't matter who disapproves or who approves, don't approve. You matter. Truly, what you do matters. And your authenticity and grace and flow is needed here and abroad. So truly what we do what we do each day really affects each other. I mean, even though we might not know it, we might not be able to communicate with each other, but the way we engage can change things. And so step three, I always expect the best. One thing in mindset coaching is I am human too. So I have to talk to myself sometimes. I go through different things, but what I always remember is that if you perceive correctly, you can achieve correctly. And so what are we listening to and who are we engaging with on a daily basis? Because if it's not positive or if it's not imparting good things, it may not show today, but it'll show, a month down the road or 2 months down the road, and it can affect your overall health and wealth. And so are we helping to pursue our dreams and goals, even if it's just verbal encouragement, like the people that we're around? It always doesn't have to be about money. Do they verbally say, look, I'm proud of you, I'm cheering for you, I'm thinking of you, I want you to make it. So you engage with lead. And so we cannot engage on our social media, right? More than we engage in our own self-development, self-process. And so I even have a young lady here that reminded me of that. Right over there, Miss Phillips. And so I thank her. No, I'm serious. No, I really appreciate you. No, seriously, I said I'm gonna let her know. And so, so step three is to engage. Because when we engage, we don't realize it, but we are developing something. We should be constantly evolving. And then, some things we hear may not be for us. So we gotta learn how to take what we need and leave the rest. So steps of acceleration, P.E.E.P.S. for number step 4 is process. So process is the sense of taste. And so what is your desire for your life? what's the taste? You know, is it exquisite taste? Is it, yeah, you know, is it zesty, spicy, you know, we have to be creative. We are creative people. I believe that we were born to be creatives, you know. And so you can make your life what you want. That's basically what I'm saying here. And are your taste buds for where you're going? One thing I've learned over time is that I shouldn't be looking at where I'm at, but I should be dressing for where I'm going. And so the process, that's all the part of the process is understanding that when you get to that, then roadblocks won't stop you so quickly. When you understand you're really on a path somewhere, and it's a continuous evolution. And so although there may be resistance, things may come up, may say peekaboo, oh not today, it's not happening today, but no doesn't mean what? Denial, right? It just may not be time, it may be time to revamp and restart. And so we begin to see the manifestation of elevation, which is the theme this year, Accelerate Action. We begin to see that manifestation when we follow these steps to acceleration, when we are focused and consistent. And things to consider before your takeoff is that we must always possess inherent strength. You may not always know like how to pull that strength out, but I do believe that if you breathe, believe in yourself, and just don't not stop. Like I've been at points in my life before I came to this point where I would stop.
Okay.
Well, if you stop, what happens to the chain of evolution of who you're becoming? It stops too.
Right.
And then people, go on in life and what's inside of them never comes out. And so we want to make sure that we are totally open to processing. And step 5 is synchronize. Synchronization is just showing up. I had an American Airlines friend that came to me and we were talking and she was just saying, you should still apply. You should still go after what your dream. And at that time or whatever, she wasn't saying, you need to be with American, blah, blah, blah. She was just like, your perception needs to be opened. And you just need to take that step out there. And I feel like me being a frontier flight attendant is part of my synchronization of who I'm supposed to be and where I'm supposed to be. And so I thank her for that because she told me, she said, wherever you're supposed to be, that's where you're going to be. And so synchronization is also everything we have endured, everything that you've processed with, things you might have swept under the rug, but everything that you, good, bad, different, or ugly, Today you're standing on business, you're here because you showed up.
Yes.
And so I just want you to continue to just show up, go through the fire, and synchronize means to flow in our designated conditions as we evolve into our highest version of ourselves. It's maintaining integrity, being accountable, and being professional. And so I want to thank you, and I want you to remember these things. Be kind to your mind. Don't lose hope and remain steadfast in all that you do. And let's find our lanes and kill it, ladies.
Come on.
Let's evolve together.